It has been far too long since we've properly caught up. Maybe got a little too personal, so I kind of just wanted to hang out with you. I asked you on Instagram to ask me questions, so I'm gonna vlog as per usual, nothing new there, but throughout the video, like, answer questions that you guys have. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you definitely should. I've been posting a lot of reels. I feel like it's kind of rude of me to assume that everyone knows who I am anytime they watch a video. So if you're new here, hi, I'm Ava. I'm 23 years old. I feel like I'm 17 still sometimes. I live on Oahu. I always have. I always will. I love sourdough bread. My favorite color changes constantly, but right now it's green. It's actually been green for a while. Oh, I was also a raging Belieber, a Justin Bieber fan. Back when I was 13, I made YouTube videos about it, so that is why I do what I do now. So honestly, all credit to Ava Bieber XO. That channel still exists. And now here we are. Well, we're starting off with quite the bang. Someone asked, what are your biggest insecurities? It's so interesting because I feel like it changes. I don't know, I think just depending on what I'm going through, and I don't know, at certain times, it's crazy how something you can be so insecure about, one day you just simply like won't even care and it won't even cross your mind. Sometimes things will bother me, sometimes they won't, but right now, I will say the thing that I'm most insecure about is my body acne has been so bad, and I don't know, it's just to the point where wearing anything that like doesn't cover my chest makes me just anxious and doesn't make me feel super good, which is just ironic because I don't notice that on other people, and so I have to remind myself that first of all, no one cares as much as I do, and that's like not the first thing that people see, but it just makes me so insecure to wear tank tops or like low-cut shirts. It's very frustrating, and I feel like it controls my life a little more than I should. I feel like I'm giving it too much power, and I'm aware of that, which is good, but yeah, body acne has been something that I've been struggling with. It's been over a month now and it just has not gotten better. So I also just feel like lately I've been not my most confident self in my body, which bothers me because it used to just like not even cross my mind. I was in such a good place, like just so neutral with everything that I wasn't even thinking like, oh, I'm so obsessed with myself, like I love myself, which like I love myself, but I was just so neutral about it. It wasn't even a thought that crossed my mind, and now I notice myself being a little bit more nitpickier, which is not good. And I'm trying to stop that before it gets too bad because I know the cycle that I can go through and it's just so toxic. And so I want to get back to that place that I was in. And I just think that will mean me taking care of myself, taking care of my body, being nice to myself, and yeah, just like keeping the promises that I make to myself, moving my body because that feels good. Someone asked what are my ethnicities, and I've actually been so excited to talk about this because for Christmas, my dad got me an Ancestry DNA kit, so I finally got my results back. Nothing was that shocking to me except one that I'll call out to you, but I am mostly Filipino, coming in at 22%. Under that, I'm Portuguese at 20%. I'm 15% Jewish. I had no idea about that, which is concerning to me that I was not aware of this. Had no idea. I knew I was like a little bit, but I feel like 15% is kind of a lot, especially in relation to like the other things that I am. Southern Italian, Northern Italian, Hawaiian, Aegean Islands, France, Germanic, Europe, Wales, Sweden and Denmark, Ireland. I was so confused when I saw Southern China. I was like, when was anyone gonna tell me that I'm Chinese? So those are my origins. I am very, very mixed.
No, I accidentally cut I love zucchini.
What? Hello. We're cooking dinner. We're cooking dinner. We got this mahi from Costco. It is so good, and we're gonna do that over Spanish rice and make some zucchini. I'm not the biggest vegetable girl, but that'll do it. Okay, you can come back now. Thank you. Quite an adult meal, if you ask me. If you wanna make the zucchinis, it's so easy. just some butter or oil in the pan, add some garlic salt, add a little bit of pepper, or whatever other seasonings that you want. It's so good. Like I said, I struggled enjoying vegetables for most of my life, but I really, really like this. Denim. I like it. I feel like you don't wear denim jeans that often.
I don't.
I like that.
Do you?
I do.
I was not used to wearing denim.
I feel like it looks good though. Anyway, let me tell you about this lip combo because it's so good.
Okay, I'll let you do your thing.
Literally favorite products. I was not a lip girly for so long, but this definitely changed that and it makes such a difference. I look back at photos and I'm like, where's your lip? I feel the same thing with looking at photos of myself from 2017 when no one wore blush. Given now I make myself look like I have a sunburn, so there's a good chance in 5 years I'm like, girl, what are you doing? But I've been loving these lip products. This is the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Lip Pencil in Naked 2. I feel like it's a really close match to my lips. I kind of fill in my Cupid's bow a little bit. I don't know, kind of like the way it makes my lips look shaped wise. This product, so affordable, so good. It's the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip in Coconut. It's so hydrating. And this is like the perfect nude, but not too nude. It doesn't like wash you out. And then if I want to make it even more glossy, the Summer Fridays Lip Butter Balm in Pink Sugar. So good. I've got a little spring haul. Since the start of the year, I've kept my spending to a very minimal amount, and I'm really proud of myself for that. However, here we are now. Also, I feel like I look like I would never wear this, but here I am wearing this. I'm obsessed with this hoodie. I love Realtree. This is from Dippin' Daisies. They're a cute little swimsuit company. First of all, how cute are these colors? I kind of wanted to just get a couple new swimsuits since spring is coming up, and it's been a while since I've had new suits in my collection. I love this one. I think the print is so cute. I love the pink details. I love a good strapless. I feel like it's great for tanning. And then these bottoms are a little bit bigger in the back than I would normally go for. But that's also not saying a lot because usually the back of my bikinis are like this big. But it's good for family days. It's good for when I'm not trying to have my whole ass out. And then this color I think is the most beautiful, beautiful shade of like orange, and it's got almost a sheen to it. It's not sparkly, but it's like glowy almost, if that makes sense. I feel like this would look so good with the tan. I love the triangle top with the tie bow in the front. I'm obsessed. Side note, comment down below if you've been here since the OG swimsuit collection videos. And then I thought this little black set was super cute. It's this skirt that kind of ties in the front, and then this little top that's open in the front. It's a wide open back with just a little tie. I think this would be so adorable with little black platform shoes or something. I bought 2 pairs of pants from Z Supply. I've never heard of them, but I was looking online for good linen pants. So cute, so flowy. I kind of want to try them on. I don't feel like it. I like the minimal waistband. It's not too thick. Hopefully this fits. I also got that in black as well. And then finally, I've had a hyperfixation with the brand Oddly. They're a small business. I love them so, so much. I picked out these cute little boxer shorts. I have a pair from them and I love them so much. I feel like this could be part of like a cute little summer, spring fit. Technically it is like underwear, but I feel like you can make it acceptable. I might look back at that in a few years and hate that, but we'll see. And then I got another color in this mini dress. I have this in black. I wear it to the death. So I wanted to get another color and I thought this brown was adorable. That was my haul. This one's juicy. When do you plan on having kids or getting married? So the funny thing about life is you can try and plan it out as much as you want, have this ideal timeline. This is when I'm gonna get married. This is when I'm gonna have kids. This is when I'm gonna get a house. And it will probably never work out like that. And I've struggled with that because I had this like timeline in my head of how things were gonna go in my life, which all of these things aren't always in our control. So then when it wouldn't happen, I didn't even realize that at the time, I was setting myself up for failure and I just felt like shit about myself. So I kind of stopped placing expectations on timelines and things. When am I gonna get married? I don't know. It's actually crazy because I could talk about this for like a whole podcast episode, but prior to meeting Micah, I didn't want to get married. Like, I didn't see that for myself. And I remember being so firm on that. I also remember telling literally everyone around me and like my family that I was not going to be having kids. I was just going to be the cool aunt. And again, life has changed. I want a family so badly one day. I'm so excited to be a mom one day. And I'm so excited to be married as well. So things have taken a turn because I was like the polar opposite of that. And I felt very strongly towards the other way. And I was very vocal about it. So it's kind of ironic nowadays being like, yes, I'm so excited for that point in my life. But I don't know, I feel like in terms of having kids, like I said, that's not always in your control. It really varies from person to person, but some people struggle for years to get pregnant and have a family. So there's just things that are out of your control. But ideally, I don't even want to say ideally, because like I said, I actually don't have any timeline in my head. I'd like to start having kids before I'm 30, and I'm wanting to be married before that stage in my life. So I say these things and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so far away. I am 23. Like, these things are not as far as they feel in my head because I feel 17. Are you gonna get plants and pets at your new house now that you can? Ah! Yes. If you know, you know. I've talked about it before, but I'm not allowed to have real plants in my apartment or have a pet, which the pet part, I was like, okay, that's fine. I would have loved to have my family dog come and stay, but also I feel like I don't want to put him in an apartment. I feel like that wouldn't be super fair because right now he lives at my parents' house, obviously, because it's like my parents' dog, but he has a huge yard. Like, it's just better for him there. And I also feel like while I was living here, it wouldn't have been a smart choice for me to have a dog. I just feel like that wouldn't have been responsible, but that is definitely something that I'm really looking forward to with having a house and having a yard, is having a dog of my own, which is so crazy. Well, I guess not of my own. It would be like Micah and I's child. We would get a dog together, but obviously that's not gonna happen super soon, but definitely sometime in the future. And as far as plants, assuming I don't kill them all off, I am charging up my battery in the sun. It feels so good. I kind of fumbled the bag. I didn't bring a snack. I didn't bring my book. I didn't bring a journal. So we're kind of just out here, but it feels so good. It's such a nice day. It's a little windy, but I haven't had a little beach day in a while. So I'm definitely happy about this. Sometimes it's kind of nice to not have any distractions and just sit with your thoughts. So that's what I'm doing. What a concept.
I look for the things I don't know.
My boyfriend's currently not home right now. I'm probably gonna answer a few more questions that you're just dying to know. Said no one. I wanted to do a silly little face mask. I have been so particular with what I've been putting on my face. Honestly, I put the bare minimum, and ironically, I feel like the less I do, the better my skin gets. All I've been using, either of these cleansers. This is one of my favorite products. I feel like it really helps lighten dark spots. And then a simple moisturizer, and that's it. Just the bare bones essentials. Skincare is so fun, and if you're someone who doesn't have sensitive skin, I feel like it's so fun to play with skincare, but I truly do not mess around. I feel like my skin is so sensitive and it'll freak out if something like has fragrance in it or it's just like kind of foo-foo, you know what I mean? And as much as I understand the business world, you know, you gotta sell your products, I just feel like so many things are very unnecessary. But like sometimes it's fun. So, you know, you gotta like pick and choose. As I pull out my Clear Skin Probiotic mask. It's a very herbal-y mask. Sometimes I like to do it when I'm breaking out a little bit. You can see I kind of am right now. Also, this is the body acne that I was talking about earlier. It's not nearly as bad as it has been, but anyway, I'm just enjoying a nice, quiet night by myself. One of the ways Micah and I are very different is that he is very outgoing, loves to be around people, feels charged by like other people's energy. Definitely more of an extrovert, and I feel like I'm a little bit more introverted. Also, it depends who I'm around. I feel like I'm an ambivert because I can kind of be both, but I feel like my natural instincts is to just like be at home and be cozy. So in that way, I feel like he really challenges me to push myself, get out of my comfort zone. I feel like I've made so many new friends ever since dating him because he really pushes me to get out of my comfort zone. And I really, really appreciate that. And for that reason, I feel like that's why differences in a relationship are very important, because you can always learn something from each other. There's so many qualities that I admire in him that I really want to kind of take on more of, and vice versa. So I feel like it's always good. Obviously we have a lot of similarities, but yeah, I feel like we definitely challenge each other. Anyway, enough about relationship stuff. This one's an interesting question. Someone asked, what are you gonna miss most about living in town? So funny story, growing up, I grew up in central Oahu, so like in the middle of the island, and verbatim, I used to say, over my dead body will I live in town. Now I live in town, and I've actually really liked it. I've lived here for 2 years. I think it was the change of pace that I needed. Also, I will say it was really fun. I can walk to the nightclubs, like some of them. It's been so convenient. It's been fun at the age that I've been at to go out, because like the going out scene is over here, and in other areas, like other than town, there's really not a lot going on on Oahu. Not that I'm really in that phase of life right now when I'm going out, but still just like the convenience, things being so close, I think that's gonna be a little bit more shocking. I'm gonna miss, yeah, the convenience of town and how everything is close and there's like so much to do, so close nearby. But I'm also very excited to go to suburbia and be able to walk in my neighborhood without fearing, you know? Why did you not go to college? I feel like I've answered this before. I did do online college for a bit, like a few months, like half a year, maybe like a year, give or take. But in all honesty, I feel like things with my business, my channel, and the other things I have going on, I feel like we're taking off, and I didn't want to split my energy and be like, okay, 50% of my energy can go to school, 50% of my energy can go towards growing my business. For me, I just wanted, it was like, it's gonna be one or the other. I want to go full force into something, and I feel like with this opportunity, I don't know if that's something that I could have just like put on the back burner. In my head, I was like, I'm gonna strike while the iron's hot. School's always gonna be there. I don't think this opportunity will, so I'm gonna do it as long as I can. Like I said, school's always going to be there. If I want to, I can always start that back up again, and that's always an option, which is really good, which I don't regret at all, because I think had I put this on the back burner and not poured into all of this and kind of set it aside, I don't think it would be where it is now. How do you feel about people cohabitating with partners before marrying? Well, I live with my boyfriend, if that shows you what I think, but also what everyone believes is valid. Like, if you are someone who believes you should wait until you're married to move in with someone, that is your opinion, that's your prerogative. Like, I'm not gonna take that away from you. I'm not gonna tell you that you're wrong, because that is your truth. I just think it gets messy when people are like, what my truth is has to be what's true for you too. And for me, I feel like it was totally the right decision. I don't regret it at all. I love living with him. I think I've learned so much about myself. I also had time living alone, which I think is so important. He's had time living on his own without his parents. And so I think having that experience is really important, and something that I'm so glad I had, because I think when you're really quick to, I mean, everyone's situation is different. Sometimes like it just makes sense financially to split the rent with your partner and be like, okay, we're moving in because that's what we're able to do, and it's cheaper if we just live together and split rent. But I think if you have the choice to either live on your own or live with roommates or living in a dorm, I think getting that experience of independence is really important. I can see it from both sides. Honestly, from my perspective, I think it's great to live with someone before. Most of the people in my life lived with their partner before they got married. You definitely learn a lot about someone through living with them. But yeah, like I said, everyone's different. People have different beliefs with that. So, I mean, my opinion, I couldn't care less like what other people do. It's their life. If you were not doing YouTube, what was your dream job? I've talked about this before. My all-time dream job was to be a doctonaut, which was going to be a doctor astronaut. I thought at this point, surely in the next 20 years, we'll have life in space. They're going to need doctors up there. As you can see, I was very ambitious. My career path that I chose is a little different. Here we are. Thank you for watching this video, for hanging out. If you stayed to this point in the video, comment down below the slice of cake emoji so I know who stayed. Also, I think you might need this reminder, because I know I do. Ladies, for the love of God, please put in your retainers, because it will hurt so bad if you keep putting it off. You didn't spend that much money on braces just for your teeth to go back, okay? Fun fact, actually really sad fact, ignore my lisp. In 6th grade, I had a pretty like intense overbite and I used to be called horse mouth. It's my villain origin story.